Hello everybody, Bad Weather Freak here with another update on Hurricane Dorian. So ladies and gentlemen, we have the second official hurricane of the season. Hurricane Dorian. It's actually, let me move this a little bit more to the side so you guys don't get bothered by the cell phone holder too much. So going back to that, Hurricane Dorian literally on the 2 p.m. update just became a hurricane, 75 mile per hour winds. So 75, so it's barely a hurricane, but it's beating the odds, and it has been battling a lot of dry air, a lot of dry air, upper level wind. So it has been fighting some wind shear. But it seems like Dorian is actually feeding off a little gap that basically Tropical Storm Erin it has developed, and that's why Dorian has a little bit of a fighting chance, or is having a fighting chance. But it seems also that it's shifting further north, and the bad thing about that is the more north it shifts, the less interaction with land it's gonna have. So right now Puerto Rico it was on the crosshair, but right now it's not, and it seems like it's actually going to miss Puerto Rico. So it's one of those things. I mean, on the latest model, it seems like it's also shifting a little bit further west. So we'll see. I have a feeling it's pretty much gonna scrape the coast of Puerto Rico. I think that's what it's going to do. The east coast or the northeast coast of Puerto Rico. I think that's what it's going to pass. So possibly impacting Vieques, Culebra, and some of the Virgin Islands that are near it, the U.S. Virgin Islands. So I have a feeling that is basically what it's going to do. Now, for days it has been pretty consistent that the hurricane now is going to make a curve, so it's gonna miss the Bahamas, seems like it, or at least cause minimal impacts, and slowly curving to Central Florida. And the models have been very consistent with that, and it's still being very consistent. Some of the models have it skirting the coast, but the majority of them still have it coming to Florida. Now, we don't know. The whole Florida is on the cone of uncertainty. And remember, this cone means it's hundreds of miles wide. And it means also that the center can go right now it seems like anywhere from like Miami all the way up to Georgia almost. So it's still a wide pattern, or a wide path that it might take. But it's something that we need to pay attention, because now, if you guys remember, a couple of days ago, the National Hurricane Center was saying that Dorian was basically going to barely be a tropical depression once it made it to Florida. Now everything is pointing out that it's going to be a major hurricane, category 3, coming through possibly Central Florida. If you're in Florida in general, pay attention and start getting ready. If it doesn't hit Florida and it misses and it hits, let's say, Georgia, at least you guys are prepared, because I'll tell you something. The European model is actually forecasting that something else is coming and is forming off the coast of Africa. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are not done. We're barely starting. So get your preparations ready, get your supplies, and I'll be honest with you, locally, I'm in Central Florida, and I will tell you, luckily, there is barely any supplies left. Walmart right now doesn't have any water, doesn't have any bread, any simple stuff that you will need, simple supplies. I also went to Publix to get my stuff also, and it was chaotic in there. It was super packed. Supplies were very, very limited. Water was pretty much completely gone. And we have seen this pattern before. We have seen this with Hurricane Irma, and people were going crazy. And it seems like it's going the same way. Now, the good thing about it is that people are preparing earlier. and that's always a good thing. So get your preparations ready, guys. Fill up your tank, of gas, whether it's portable, whether it's in the cars. Fill up your gas tanks in the car. Take out cash, important documents, consolidate it in a waterproof bag if possible. Batteries, flashlights, food for at least 3 days, water for at least 3 days, 1 gallon per person per day. Fill up your bathtubs with water. That's gonna help you in case you lose water, the service, and you need to flush down the toilet. That's perfect for that. Fill up your also, which is not bad. Fill up your washing machine also, because the washing machine is covered. So worst case scenario, you can put a few drops of bleach or Clorox, and you can make it, and you can actually drink that water after a certain period of time. So do a little bit of research on that, because I know it can be done, but I don't remember off the top of my head exactly how it goes. But you have to wait a little bit of time and get so the water is ready for so you can drink it. Board up your house if possible. Remember, a lot of people get this confused. The boarding up your windows is not. It is also for the wind, of course, but it's also for water protection. And the biggest thing is that if you don't board up your window, just because you're thinking that the winds are not going to be bad enough, a gust of wind can pick up something and break your window. And guess what? Now the hurricane or the storm has a way of getting into your house and blowing off your roof or blowing off any extra windows. And let me tell you something, that's usually the problem. The wind will come on through the weakest point on the house, and that's how the roof will be lifted off of the foundations or damaged. So that's the importance of boarding up your windows, is not necessarily to protect it against wind, but also against flying debris that might damage the window and jeopardize your roof. That is the biggest issue, and on top of that, it protects against water also. That's some of the tips that I have for you guys. Don't leave it for the last minute. Hurricane Dorian is supposed to be into Florida, probably Saturday, Sunday, into Central Florida Monday morning. It seems like it, but it keeps shifting. So that's why it's so important for you guys to keep paying attention. Anything changes, I will keep you guys posted. I wanted to touch up on that. Take care, guys, and stay safe.